owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach regret even letting them stay in the game. See my route took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me. I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? Rep for your bro. For your post, your pop, and your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets. You can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet. This sugar. One man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods. Damn it out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me. I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful. I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes. It was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead. It's to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new. I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't. I can't lose. Ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do. Make it next move your best. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving it shoulder chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Let's go. Say first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional clap of thunder supposed to continue throughout here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
It's our time. It's our time. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
61, matchbox lights. Bravo! Yes, yes! Get it!
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it, it's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why he ended up having to go one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll try to run with Carson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Carson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, exit.
Watch the shot. Slam.
Now. Ready.
From the 31, Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step, you go to them early and often.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Texans' 44-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Patch it.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Minshew sets to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Check. Go. Hey. Let go.
Here's Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyus Bowser gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
47, 19. Here we go. Kill. Let him go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
44, Mike,
from the gun, here's Watson. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Check, 59. Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. 24. Hey. Watch out. 24. Check 4. 25.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Waller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
64, weak. Look at me, zipper. Hey! Yo, go!
Use the mic. Get him!
On 2nd and 2, Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
51 is Mike. Mike 51. Exit.
Yeah. Ready?
Minshew throwing on third down. He's got Evans. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll go with a keeper. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They come out here in the I. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more, and they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken short. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to him because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Carson. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Let's go, let's go.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it. The pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, orbit. Yep. Hey, lock it. Look, squeeze. On the ball. On the ball.
Now Minshew. Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 30. Before going out of bounds. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go. Switch. Stand.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw complete to Chark. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
15, 61, matchbox, light. Hey, high 7.
26-yard line.
Go. Night, sweetheart. Hey. Hey, Haywood. Choke. Ready?
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Alert 3. Recon, 132 fighter. Watch twist. Hey, Zoo.
29 is the Mike.
Look at me. Zipper, five.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Hey, Charlie. Hey.
Mike 29. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check 52.
Bravo. Yo, go.
Check call. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
6 man. Check curls. Check. Hey, exit. Hit it.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Gonna throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Mike's 50. I got him. Mike's 50.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Watson. Eluding, and the pressure gets to him again. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check nickel.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, and then these 2 teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee.
That's caught inside the 20. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout. as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing,
trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken short.
You ain't going nowhere.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Shoot. Alert. You got tight. You got tighten up.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 54. And what's the ball? 59. Check 50. 59. He's checking.
Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
In your face.
Watson now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Returnable here for Davis. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
10 logo. Switch up, switch up. Hey, Delta. Now. Go.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Ready? 18 games. You draw Portland. Go. Now.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
60 yards. Hey. Check 15. Now go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Small. Go. Look at me. Door. Check. No. Rock it. Get it.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Look at me. Zipper.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, Alpha. Out. Hey. Ready?
On second down, Minshew. He completes it to Evans. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
60 out there. Hey, let's go.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Slam.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Check.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Bang. Pilot, 64, weak. Yes.
This is Fournette. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Kill.
Shift.
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll drop the throw. And he'll get that to Fournette complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And this is going to wind up a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Davis now to return it.
Baby, let's go! Let's go!
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Give me some. Give me some. What do you got now?
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. This one caught by his tight end Oliver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Watch the shit!
Fournette, a first down carry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Get it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kenny Moore. There he goes, right side. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Fournette running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Hey, orbit. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Cut. Mike, check. Ready?
On 2nd down, Armstead. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Five. Hey, Sam off. Patsy. Jim. Check. 5.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Check, bunch it. Don't let seam 6. Seam 6. Go.
Minshew sets to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on third down, Watson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first and 10, Watson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
That one goes for 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safety.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Kyle Juszczyk. His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans cut into that lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here we go, here we go. 8 Team Gator.
Silver, Silver.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games.
Damn, Watson play like ass.
With 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Jacksonville, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the...
Man, he was sailing them. I can't believe Watson was playing that bad. It's okay. It happens. Ooh, that got some more water. I gotta win out if I want to make the playoffs. Oh, we ain't got no Titans no more. I forgot. That would have been. Look a savage.